Welcome! Ever wish you could get surge protection without those bulky power strips? In this video, I show you how a surge protected outlet / receptacle gives you built-in protection right where you need it. I also show you where I use them around my house, and of course, all the steps how to install one yourself. Let's go! So let me show you where I've used surge protected outlet / receptacles throughout my house to give you some ideas. I installed a 15 amp one here in my laundry room for my network switch and my security alarm system. Now some modern major appliances do have built-in surge protection, but I wouldn't plug in any refrigerator without installing one. This one is 20 amps and they all have an LED monitor / indicator light that shows its protection status at a glance. If you watch my wall mounting TV videos on my channel, you know I use surge protected receptacles for all my media devices and of course my TVs. I always install a media plate with surge protected receptacles. These units constantly protect the circuit and divert surges. If the total amount of surges or a large surge outside of the device's rating hits, the LED indicator will go out alerting the user that the device is no longer protecting and needs to be replaced. This one's protecting my Apple TV streaming device and of course the television. Another location I recommend is where you plug in a power reclining sofa. This one is also protecting my iPad, which is how I edit my YouTube videos. I installed another one on the other side, which by the way, I have lost a motor that I believe took a hit on my previous sofa. So this is another area I wouldn't leave unprotected. Power reclining sofas are expensive, so don't forget one here. Now I also recommend a whole house surge protection primary unit for your home to protect your air conditioning system, dishwasher, and other major motor-driven appliances. The device is installed behind or near your electric meter. It absorbs a large amount of transit surges before they enter your home's wiring. The primary unit is owned and maintained by your electric company and cannot be tampered with in any way. But if you read number 9, they advise customers that single outlet protectors are recommended for protection for their more sensitive equipment. And they offer devices for sale on their website to qualify for the manufacturer's warranty coverage. I just avoid these bulky power strips wherever possible. Now let me show you what I'm protecting for this project. This optical network terminal is a box that connects a home's fiber optic network to the internet. They run the power cable through the wall to its power supply, which is plugged into a receptacle. I also have my Yardian smart sprinkler controller also plugged in here, which is my main concern. Okay, let's go for a quick ride to Home Depot so I can show you where in the electrical aisle you can pick one up at. Just look for all the other receptacles / outlets and the label that says surge outlet and double check the box says the same. Now if you need a 20 amp one like I need for this project, you can order it online. They have different colors. I picked gray for the garage. They don't sell the 20 amp ones at the store. Okay, now that we've talked about the importance and reason for surge protection, let me show you how to install a surge protected outlet / receptacle. Now I was surprised to learn that this receptacle wasn't GFCI protected being in the garage. It's supposed to be. I might just add a GFCI breaker, but they say sometimes they don't play nice together, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research. Okay, let's turn the power off. I've lived here for 21 years, so I have the breaker labeled. But if I didn't, I would just turn off the breakers one by one until I see my outlet tester lights turn off. Okay, now that the power's off, one screw holds the wall plate and I unscrew it off. Next, I unscrew the retaining screws that secure the receptacle's mounting bracket to the electrical box. Now never pull it from the middle touching the terminal or wires. Pull it from the mounting brackets. There always could be a second circuit that's hot in the box, so always double check the power's off with a voltage tester. Next, I'm inspecting everything. I hate when someone leaves a screw high like this. It increases the chance that it touches something. I can see that only one wire's coming in, nothing in the house or garage turned off, so this is a dedicated circuit. Okay, for a quick unboxing, like I mentioned, because they don't stock the 20 amp ones at the store, I had to order this gray one which got delivered for free to my house. What's cool, it came with the gray wall plate. This Leviton is industrial grade and built for the most demanding standards for performance and reliability. Much better quality than the builder's grade receptacle I have now. You can feel the difference. It comes with installation instructions with a wiring diagram showing one or multiple receptacle options. I'll go over that later in more detail. Now I love to set up my portable work table with all my tools ready so I don't have to bend down constantly, with my rolling tool bag nearby in case I need something else. Okay, changing a receptacle is super easy. This one uses screw terminals, so I loosen the screw securing the black hot wire and pull it loose. It was hard to tell with the light shining on it, but the screw was brass in color. The neutral white wire is attached to a silver colored screw. I spread open the end with my flathead screwdriver to make it easier to pull it off. and then I twist and pull and get it disconnected. It was a little tangled with the ground wire, so I untangle it and position the wires up out of my way. All that's left is to loosen the green ground screw. I use my needle nose this time to spread open the bare ground wire end, and that makes it possible to unhook it from the screw, and it's free. Now this is a really inexpensive builder's grade receptacle. You wouldn't want to plug a level 1 EV charger in this. It lasted this long because I just use it for the ONT and sprinkler controller. Okay, next, because the new surge protected receptacle uses clamp style terminals, I need to straighten the end of the hot and neutral wires. The best tool to do this is to use your needle nose pliers. The ground wire will still need to be looped around the terminal screw, so I can leave that one how it is. Now in the back of the receptacle, it has a strip gauge. So I line it up and see that I need to cut a little bit off the end of the wire and use my diagonal cutting pliers. So I just need to repeat that for the hot black wire and cut a little bit off the end. Okay, let's wire it up. I slip and work the ground wire around the green ground screw and squeeze it tight around the screw with my needle nose pliers. Then tighten the screw down really tight. This is a good time to go over if you have more than one wire in the electrical box. So if you look at the back of the surge protected receptacle, it's labeled line, which would be where you install the wires coming from the breaker panel, and load, which is where you would install the wires if you had a second or third wire that leads to other receptacles. I'll show you a little demonstration toward the end of the video how to determine which wire is which. Here's a close-up so you can see 2 wires can be inserted for each terminal. Okay, so I insert the white neutral wire on the line side with the silver screw and tighten it down. The screw pulls a metal plate that clamps the wire tight. These back wire 20 amp industrial grade receptacles are so easy to install because of this. I flip it around and go ahead and insert the black wire on the line side with the brass screw and tighten it down. If you're getting value out of this video, please consider giving me a like and subscribing. Now I always go ahead and tighten the other 2 screws even if I'm not using them. You saw how the old receptacle had its extra screws up high with no electrical tape. Besides someone potentially touching it, if it's a metal box, it could touch the side. So next, I go ahead and bend and position the wires in a way so I can get the receptacle ready to be pushed into the box and secured. But before we secure it, I'm going to show you how I wrap it with electrical tape. So I first put my finger on this screw catch to stop it from spinning. It's a small square piece that holds the mounting screw on the receptacle, and I back out the mounting screws. With the screws out of the way, it's real easy to wrap the receptacle with electrical tape. Now if anybody pulls this out incorrectly, we might have saved them from a shock. All that's left is to screw it in and install the wall plate. So I always use a drill to screw it in 95% of the way, and then I hand tighten the last 5% so I can feel it. So after a quick adjustment to where I want it, I hand tighten the screws and secure the receptacle to the box. Let me know in the comments if you use a surge protected receptacle anywhere in your house. Okay, now that we've installed the included gray wall plate and screws, let's test our work and see if we wired everything correctly. I go ahead and turn the breaker back on, and under the green LED monitor / indicator light, it's hard to see but it says light on surge protected. I next plug in my outlet tester. It determines the wiring condition in the outlet. You compare the LED lights to the chart on the tester, and for mine, the 2 yellow lights indicate it's wired correctly. All that's left is to plug my ONT and sprinkler controller back in. Now if you ever see the LED light off, you took a surge and you need to replace it, which is way less expensive than a new smart sprinkler controller. Now I want to go over real quick, because my box only had 1 wire coming into it, what you would do if you had 2 or 3. And let me just demonstrate that to you real quick. Now what you would do is, you would turn the power off at the breaker, remove the receptacle, and separate all your wires. And then you would turn the breaker back on. And you don't touch any of the wires, you keep them separated. And you take your voltage tester, and then you start touching the wires. And whichever wire is giving you the indication that it's hot, that's gonna be the one coming from your breaker panel. The other ones will be dead. So you go ahead and you make sure you turn the breaker back off. And what you could do is you can just take like a piece of blue tape or any color tape and wrap around the wire that you know is coming from the breaker panel. And then you go ahead and wire up your new surge protected receptacle. You put the one that you marked with the blue tape on the line side, and then the other wires would go on the load side. Now with the clamp style, you can put more than 1 wire in the clamps. So even if you had 2 or 3 wires, you could do it. Now for the ground wire, you're gonna have to put a pigtail because there's only 1 terminal, the green screw, for the ground. So that's how you determine which wire is the hot wire that's coming from the breaker panel. You turn the power off, you remove your receptacle, keep your wires separated, turn the power back on, and use your voltage tester to see which one's the hot. Put some electrical tape to mark it, and now you're gonna know how to wire up your new surge protected receptacle. I hope that helps. So that's it, guys, it's that easy. I don't play around, I surge protect all my sensitive devices. I hope this video got you thinking about surge protection and how to use it around your home. If you found it helpful, Give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more home DIY videos. Drop any questions in the comments and I might be able to help you with your next project. And if you're working on something electrical, click on the playlist on the screen to check out more of my home DIY electrical videos. Thanks for watching and keep DIYing. Bye now.